Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction. Today we have Altruia's boss theme, Shattered Circuitry. That's all I know. I don't know this boss. I haven't gotten to this boss in the game at all, but I have seen people talk about this theme being a banger in various comment sections around both my channel and just the general internet. So I'm excited to hear this. Another Cosmograph banger featuring whoever else he has on board with him this time around. And I guess without further ado, let's go! Ooh. Wait a minute. Hey. I had to turn that up a little bit. Damn. Hold the fuck on, Cosmo. Where has this been hiding, bro? Oh, God, dude. Love the ghost notes, little doubles in there. Love these fills, too. Very, very good fills for the genre. Oh, that's so fucking baller, dude. I'm sure that's probably NieN's working there. Oh, damn, the synth in there? I heard that cheeky bell, that cheeky ride bell. Oh, man. Ooh, that double pedal work in there, too. The infamous solos from NieN. Oh. God damn, dude. God, holy shit. I was air guitaring that whole time. Holy fuck. That might be one of Cosmo's best songs to date. I've been here for an hour and a half just playing with this song. Okay. When I said this might be one of the best songs that Cosmo has ever composed, I was being very serious about that. That was not just me in the hype of the moment. This is such a dense song. I mean, there's so many details in here that I'm sure you all picked up on. You can hear the amount of effort between the rock and metal sound versus the electronic stuff, the marriage of those two, brilliant fucking vocals, fucking amazing guitar as always, absolutely breathtaking amounts of effort on the electronic parts. There is nothing wrong with this song, and it has an interesting progression too. Like, not to mention everything else about it, just as an overall is amazing. It's the progression that's also not necessarily super common either. So it sounds fresh on top of it being an absolute fucking banger. This is not something I've heard much of, this progression specifically. And I've heard a lot of metal music, and I've heard a lot of chord progressions within that music. And I don't often hear, if ever honestly, this specific progression because it uses some very interesting like bridge things going on here, as well as just the chord progression progression itself doesn't sound like something that I've heard into the ground, you know? At very least, I'm sure there's songs with this progression out there, but the fact that I can't think of any right off the top of my head is an amazing sign for them making one of the most original songs that I've heard in a hot minute. So just to start off with like that, like that's literally just bouncing on the two black keys in the center, those two that are solo there, the D flat and E flat, just literally, that's all that is, just bouncing between those two. Super simple, amazingly effective, and then when it does that like little chromatic, like, I don't know exactly what fucking notes are. I think this might be like D up to F, and then back down to that first flat, the D flat. I'm not entirely positive here, because like, I'm pretty sure it goes up from like that, then it goes, and then it goes to the D, up to that, and back down. So it'd be something like, I'm pretty sure that's it. It could also stay on that flat the whole time and go, but that sounds too, like it doesn't move enough. I feel like there's that chromatic bit in there is what happens. It's hard to tell sometimes because that chromatic playground is something that is much more available on a guitar and has a lot more room to grow on a guitar than really it does on the keyboard. So it's kind of hard to do a one-to-one, and I'm nowhere near good enough to do electric guitar or anything to be able to show you that. I might have one. That doesn't mean I'm this good yet. You know, like I need to learn a little bit more before I start adding that sort of thing into regular videos. So I thought that was just an interesting riff because it's banger, it's simple, it has just a slight chromatic movement to like really keep things going while also stepping outside of the key, which I'm pretty sure is E flat minor for this one, which is a weird fucking key. And it's mostly a weird key because of the way that you have to name the chords, and I'm just not quite there yet. I talked about this in a recent, I think, Arknights video about how I'm learning music theory and I'm getting better at it, but there is really weird stuff in there like this sort of thing. These like flat minors especially are very weird keys to play in, and they have to rename the chords in order for them to make sense within the context of that key. So for example, within this key, you would have an F flat, which is actually the exact same thing as an E. So what the hell is that? You know, it's stuff like that, and it's just hard for me to get through, but I'm getting there, and albeit I still have the ear to be able to pick stuff out, I'm working my way through it. But for this song, I love this progression. It's such a weird one. I might be a little bit off, of course. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to music theory, but I'm pretty sure it goes, this would be a C flat. Again, another weird one, because this is technically a B. So C flat, and then I think it goes A flat minor, and then E flat minor. This would be D, and then it like bridges using that F flat just for like one beat. So it's really not even in there. The bulk of it is like the progression that we get out of this. And I think this is fun too, the fact that C flat and A flat minor are literally one note apart. Like just the one note. It's otherwise the exact same chord. And I just think that's kind of fun because it's an easy way to like expand the sound, to bring it up a little bit more before going up and then landing back down there. And again, just having that one little note in there. I'm not even, this is the one, by the way, that I was talking about that I'm not even sure if that's in there. It just kind of feels right. So I would not be shocked if that is in there, because it does actually come into play a little bit later when the electronic stuff comes in. We get a mix between that E flat minor, which is this chord, and that F. We get this sort of relationship. It's basically just this the whole time. And that's all you really need to like keep all those notes together. And I think they did that just purposely to take the song and kind of turn it on its head a little bit, make things sound more tense in that moment, because it's not really expanding alongside the normal progression of notes. You know, like you're completely getting rid of those two for sure, and you're just going straight to this one, and you're not using this at all, to my knowledge. So you're sitting here just kind of landing on that tension. This, especially in this key, is a very tensious chord, so it doesn't really feel right, but it is. It's just one of those factors, and that works really well, especially with electronic stuff and metal too, because they love that sort of chromatic crunch in there, having all those notes that are like right next to each other. Because for this relationship, it's literally that relationship. It's the most tension possible. You take these three notes that make up that E flat minor, you take your first finger, move it up to the next white key, and you have the start of what is going to be the F flat. You take your second finger, you move that up to the next black key, you have the second note of that F flat, and then you move your last finger up to the like next up white note, and now you have literally the next chord. So it's the most possibly tensious relationship between those notes and chords you could ever have. There's no wiggle room. They are right next door neighbors. They hate each other. They share a fence, and somebody keeps fucking planting petunias in my goddamn flower box. I don't know why I said that. I just let the music speak through me. Anyway, that's the feeling of this song, and it's so fucking good. Again, everything about this song is brilliant. Usually, all the time, Cosmograph has amazing production on his songs and the stuff he works on. NieN always is shredding the fucking face off of every listener. And just for a sake of example on how simple yet effective some of the choices can be here, that face melter solo, right? That NieN just fucking sheds every single time, sure, but like this is as simple as this is, just starting up here on this note, and then he just goes, and like that's that first lick. It's literally just down all the black keys onto that F, because we gotta have that in there, and then down onto this D flat. So it's, or E flat rather. So it's just how that relationship works. And this is that E flat minor. And that is over half of the notes that he utilizes here. So it's just an amazing track. It's so aware of itself. It knows when to add that tension. Cosmo did an amazing job, especially with that electronic section shit. Fucking baller doing that relationship to have that like face melter shit in there. And just, oh God, the electronic stuff is absolutely fucking phenomenal here. Everything else is brilliant too. And like I mentioned, the vocalist absolutely killed it. A.MON, fucking amazing. I don't think I've heard his voice before. It sounds kind of familiar, so maybe, but holy shit, he works with this song. It just fits in there so perfectly. Just beautiful bow on top to everything else as far as the construction of this song goes. An absolute fucking powerhouse track. And again, one of the most original songs I've heard in a hot minute. But I think I'm done yapping about this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to something else from NIKKE, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!